When was the last time I was here?
2 years ago, 2 school years ago.
2 years. It's been about 2 years since I've been here.
You saw Dr. Overtomb's class, and you were.
It's a dark room, right? Really small.
Up from the third.
Yeah, we're all sweating. I remember walking out. I just had my boxers on, right?
You were up to Dr. Overtomb's.
Yes, I was walking around going, is it kind of warm in here? I don't know. Well, there's been a lot that has happened within 2 years. I know that after Napoleon Dynamite, there was a big story in regards to my career. And since then, I've been working in films nonstop. But right along with that is working with this production company with Karen and Chris and Carla. And what we did was, now that I'm thinking about it, is having to think about what has happened within 2 years. And my life is running so quickly. And I'm surprised at the fact that I even pull through. Because even with Carla, I always go, Carla, what are we doing today? All right, what time are we waking up? She said, yeah, meeting here at this hour, meeting at this hour, meeting at this hour. I'm going, okay. There has been a lot that has happened. But in order to start, I'll start from the beginning. As some of you guys might know, I grew up in Los Angeles, in East LA, in L Hood, and it's not. Sometimes when I say I grew up in a neighborhood, yeah, there have been some difficult times. There were other times when life was easy, where you could go out and play basketball with your friends, play soccer with your friends, and it was cool. And just recently, I was with Carla, and we actually drove by my old neighborhood, and the very thought of having to go by there was because I was working on, I don't know if you guys saw it or not. I was working on a show called MTV Celebrity Raps Superstar, and I was like, "Oh, come on, you're from the hood. How come you can't bust a flow, yo?" That's the scenario. Because back in my dome, I realized to my demise who I despise. What? What's all that about? So, but anyways, when I told the producers over at MTV that I want to take them down to East LA, they were all worried and concerned. They're like, well, what time are we going? I didn't want to take them down at nighttime because even I fear about that. Sometimes, living in East LA, your mom would say, my mom would tell me, hey, when the sun goes down, you better be home, or good luck. So, and you wouldn't know that until you're like, okay, why are there so many cop cars? So, and sometimes in the neighborhood, when you see a police officer, you would think that he'd be in support of you and want to help you out. But when they get out of the car, you're like, officer, and they're like, get on your knees. Wait, hold on. Hands on your head. Wait. I'm not a homeboy. I don't want to get shot. Sure. It's like you're the good guy, and you think that the cops will be there for you, but and growing up, you wouldn't understand. And I think now, as an adult, I understand the fact that they are afraid as well. Because, their job is to protect and to serve the community. And sometimes when you're living in a struggle like that, it's not easy finding out who's on what side. So I get it now. It's funny that I get pulled over by cops now, and they're like, "Hey, can I have your autograph?" I'm like, "Sure, here you go, officer. Thanks." It's a little strange now, but it wasn't easy. My mom and dad, they put my older. I grew up with 4 brothers. I have an identical twin brother named Carlos, who's also an actor as well, and 3 older brothers. So both my parents had 2 jobs. And the reason for that is that they put my brother and me into private school because they knew that it wasn't easy for us to go to a public school, and they wanted us to have a great education. So while we were going to private school, my mom actually worked as the cafeteria lady. And it's kind of weird when you're going to high school, whatever, or, your mom's there. You're like, and your friend's like, hey, your mom's here, dude. So you're like, dude, okay. And then if you're in trouble, the principal or the teacher sends you straight down to your mom. And goes to your mother, and all the class is like, ha ha. You're like, shut up. So I mean, the cool thing was we got free pizza, which was tight, you know? Like, sure. But after, like, I don't know, like 4 or 5 slices of pizza, it kind of gets sick, right? Like, yeah, here, it's kind of gross. So, after school, we would go, we would hang out in the streets and play with my friends. But I think my parents thought it was a bit dangerous. So what my mom did was put us into after-school activities, which was theater. And I mean, it was like, I must admit, it really was corny at first. We were doing a lot of plays, Great Day in Bethlehem, Jesus is Lord, a bunch of religious plays. And it was silly. We didn't take it serious because it was just something that, that would kill our time. We would go up on stage. I remember being on stage with my twin brother, and we would mess up on our lines. We would forget all of the lines completely, and I'd be nervous, I'd be scared. No idea what I was doing. But as the years went by, especially when I was going to high school, I started doing theater for not only my high school, but for other high schools. And I knew it was something that I really loved, I really enjoyed. I never thought that it was going to become my profession. I never thought that it was going to become my career. Because it's like you see all these people on TV and you're like, yeah, right, as if that could really happen to me. But it did.